Hello and welcome. Today, on the hottest day ever recorded in the history of planet Earth, we are going to be giving you a look at a car that we haven't seen since way back at the 2021 Shanghai International Auto Show, the Ford Evos. This thing is a strange combination of wagon and crossover and SUV in the vein of the Citroën C5X, and it is currently only available here in the Chinese market. Let's get started.
With hands-on test drives and reviews of exciting Chinese market vehicles, Wheelsboy is the #1 source for China auto insights. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
The Evos caught our attention from the outset due to its very striking exterior design language, which looks unlike any other Ford we've seen. Starting here on the front end, you have these unique kind of hook-shaped upper DRL units that spread into a light bar that goes across the entirety of the front end. Down here you have your traditional Ford corporate grille shape, but inside are these individual plastic pieces. When you approach the car and unlocks, they flutter and kind of wave at you. It's a very cool effect. I mentioned that this car is a strange combination of wagon and SUV and crossover. That is mostly due to the fact that it has a very low roof. It's only about 1.6 meters tall as opposed to the 1.77 meters of, say, a Ford Edge, noticeably lower, especially when you're standing next to it. The result is a low, sleek, almost lifted wagon look. This car is an ST line package, meaning the sports appearance package, so it comes with a blacked out roof, black features down here, as well as these nice large black wheels that are 20 inches. The rear design of the Evos is no less interesting than the rest of the car, with this very cool, swooping, C-shaped rear taillight. When you unlock the car, it does this kind of breathing thing where the light flashes very slowly. It's a cool effect. If we open up the rear, which you do by hitting the Ford logo here, it's a lift-back style rear opening, and there is plenty of space here in the trunk, though there is no official cargo number available. The inside of the Evos hides what is probably one of the most interesting interiors available on a Ford today, and that focuses mostly on this massive 1.1 meter screen. But before we get to that, let me talk you through some of the other details in here. First of all, you have an interesting two-tier dashboard design. Up here, you will find the speakers for the optional 10-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, which is pretty good. Though I did find this car had an interesting glitch where almost every time you got into it, the volume seemed to be set way too high, and it scared the hell out of me whenever I got into the car. I don't know if that's just our car or other cars will have this problem, but moving on. You have an interesting flowing design here on the door. This is our ST line model again, so you have a colored accent and these very cool thin fashion-forward door handles. Here in the center console, you have a turning a wheel kind of transmission lever with a layout that I found pretty interesting. You've got park, reverse, neutral drive, and in the middle, you have M for the manual mode for the transmission. I've never seen that before. Let's get to the piece de resistance of the interior of the Ford Evos, shall we? That would be the massive 1.1 meter display screen here. So this is made up actually of two different screens. First, you have a 12.3 inch instrument cluster screen. The screen is available in other Fords. And then you have a 27 inch horizontal display. This is not two different screens. Most of these companies, they'll say, oh, we've got a 1 meter or 1.1 meter display. What they mean is we've got a single pane with three different screens. This is one screen, everybody. One screen. I've never seen anything like it before. Now, you can either use it as a single screen like this. So, for example, you're using your navigation and your map is across the entire screen. I should note that the functions that you need as the driver are always kept over here on the side so that you don't have trouble reaching them. That would be kind of dangerous if you're reaching all the way over here while driving. But if you wanted to, say, split the screen, you can do that too. Hit the button down here, and it will have a second screen kind of pop out. So the passenger could interact with a second function. Let's say the passenger wants to play some music. Well, they can do that while the driver interacts with the map separately. But what if the driver said, hey, let me control the playlist? You can do that too. Simply take three fingers like this and push on the screen, and they'll pop right back like that. So now the driver is in control of the media, and the passenger, they're in control of the navigation. It is a long screen, so the menus are laid out. Let me push that back, hit that button, it will go back to full screen. The menus are laid out horizontally as opposed to vertically like this. So you just kind of scroll across all the different options this way. It truly is impressively easy to use and very functional. Jumping into the back seat, this car measures 4.92 meters in length, and so you would expect the back seat to be pretty comfortable, and you would be very correct. In terms of leg space, there is plenty of it. Headroom, however, well, it's not that great. I'm about 1.72 meters tall, 5'9", and I have barely 3 fingers above my head. Anyone much taller than me may have a hard time in this back seat, but that's the price you pay for that sexy roofline. In terms of the comfort of the seats themselves, they're equally comfortable when compared to the front. I also noticed that they have the same Alcantara material, so they're also very grippy. And the length of the seat bottoms is longer than I'm used to in cars at this price point and category. They are a little bit more comfortable. As a result, you can have a much more comfortable seating position. You can also have a more comfortable seating position because the back seats are adjustable. So this car would be very good for road trips. Let's talk about the all-important numbers of price and power. This car costs between $30,000 and $38,000 here in the Chinese market, but all versions of it come with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine making 175 kilowatts and 376 newton meters of torque. Not 375, not 377. That equates to about 235 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. They are all backed by the Ford 8-speed automatic transmission, and the official 0 to 100 kilometer per hour time is a mere 6.6 seconds, quite adequate for a car of this size. Let's get back to that 8-speed transmission, because I would say it's probably the biggest weakness in this car's driving dynamics. The shifts themselves are quite smooth, however, the mapping is a little bit odd. It feels like this thing holds on to revs for too long and doesn't downshift fast enough for me when I'm trying to accelerate. Again, this is only really obvious during kind of spirited driving, which, let's be honest, most owners of this car are not going to do almost ever. So it's not a major deal, however, it's definitely noticeable. Apart from that, the driving dynamics of the Ford Evos are very acceptable. This is definitely a softly sprung vehicle, so you get a decent amount of brake dive and body roll in the corners. However, the over-the-road feel is very, very good. It's very comfortable, and it keeps noise and vibration out of the car when you're going over things like speed bumps or other imperfections in the road. It would make for, as I mentioned when I was sitting in the back seat, a very good road trip vehicle. This car, as well as most versions of the Evos, come equipped with Ford's Co-Pilot 360. That's a level 2 ADAS system. That means that it has lane keep assist as well as adaptive cruise control. I have used the system on the highway, which is where you should use it, and I found it to be consistently effective. It kept up with Shanghai's congested highway traffic without having any kind of erratic behavior when it came to braking or accelerating. This car also has an even more interesting feature, which is its augmented reality instrument cluster down here. When you activate the thing by putting in a destination into your navigation and then choosing the augmented reality function, it displays the camera's view of the road ahead and then overlays navigation prompts, say take this lane or take a right here, a left here. It's very interesting and useful, especially on roads that you're not very familiar with. So where does that leave the Ford Evos as a value proposition? Well, our $38,000 US top spec ST line model comes with things that include the Co-Pilot 360 ADAS system, the Bang & Olufsen sound system, a big sunroof. You also have the heated and cooled rear seats. I will say I really would have liked some cooled seats during this filming, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. And of course, the gigantic screen and eye-catching exterior design. Overall, I would say it's quite a good value, actually. There was a lot of speculation when this car debuted that it would serve as a replacement for the Ford Mondeo in the European market. I don't know about that because the Ford Mondeo is still available here in China, but we do know that Ford has since trademarked the name Evos in the Mexican market. That means this car could go on sale in Mexico. It also means, since Ford has a ton of plants in Mexico, they could begin producing the car there and selling it other places, including the United States. All of this is pure speculation. I honestly have no idea what they will do. However, I do know that if this is a representation of what the future of Fords are going to look like, I'm A-okay with that. All right, thank you very much for watching today's video. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook and our new website, wheelsboy.net. All the links can be found in the description below.